Hey, buying an apartment isn't cheap, and so are renovation. So how much did this apartment and all the renovation I put in cost? Well, lucky for you, I kept track of everything I spent. The first step was to buy the apartment. It cost 250,000 euros, but
Wait a minute!
there is some additional fees to take into account when you're buying an apartment in the Netherlands. The first one was the inspection fee. I didn't want to buy an apartment that was going to become inhabitable within a few months or a few years of living into it. So I wanted to make sure that what I was buying was really worth the money I was putting into. For that, I had to pay 512 euros and 70 cents. The second fee was a notary and office fee. This is basically who you're paying to make sure that the deed to your apartment is passed on to you and that everything is legal and above the board. And they both ended up costing me 1,337 euros and 42 cents and 346 euros and 91 cents. Finally, I had a third and final fee, which was a bunch of different fees: VEV, transition taxes, translator for the notary signing, and that ended up costing me 523 euros and 61 cents. So yeah, in total, my apartment cost 252,720 euros and 64 cents. So this allowed me to own my apartment. But how much did all the renovation cost to make it feel like my own home? The first cost was, of course, tools and equipment. With the vision I had for the apartment, I needed to get a bunch of tools, equipment, and things I would need to make sure that the renovation went as smoothly as possible. I got a few new tools like jump saw, circular saw, a bunch of screwdrivers, a level, tape measure, everything I could think of that I would need to make sure this renovation went as smoothly. But I also needed equipment such as screws, pipes, glue, tape, and so many other things. All of this cost me throughout the renovation 833 euros and 73 cents. The first big renovation project was painting these walls, and the only cost there was basically the paint, which cost 291 euros and 69 cents. Then came in the second project, which was putting in the floor. I got laminated flooring, which is way cheaper than hardwood floor, but looks really much alike. And that was a huge money saver. I also needed to buy the floor planks, but not the wall planks, as those I kept and used from the previous. And that cost me 787 euros and 68 cents. In between these two projects and the big one, which was the kitchen, I wanted to furnish my apartment, but also get cutlery, plates, lights, to make this apartment really feel like home. Therefore, this meant buying furniture, new and secondhand, which cost a total of 1,158 euros and 26 cents, but also getting all the little things that made living here great, which cost 577 euros and 99 cents, adding up to a total of 1,958 euros and 34 cents. And finally came the Everest of all of my project, my kitchen. This is definitely the one that cost the most and took the longest to put in. The kitchen was bought at IKEA, and I didn't pay for it to be installed because I wanted to save some money and installed it myself with family and my girlfriend. And it cost a whopping 4,055 euros and 90 cents. So yeah, all in all the renovation cost and furnishing cost me 7,923 euros and 34 cents. During this whole process, I was able to save a lot of money by doing all the renovation myself. However, all the money I saved, I lost in time. As I'm not a professional, it took me way longer to do every single task than it would take a professional. But I do feel that on the long run, this was beneficial because I learned to do a lot of things myself. And in the end, it kind of helped me save a lot of money. So in total, buying my apartment and renovating cost me 262,116 euros and 4 cents. This is of course not the end of this series, as I do have more renovation to come. I still want to fix up my bathroom, build a workshop downstairs, and add many little things to make this space even more cozy. The cost is probably going to go up, but I'll make a follow-up video about that.